Hey guys, Gary from DIY Electronics. Now, I had a couple subscribers ask me if I could investigate Cheetahcoin, investigate the Cheetahcoin node and the Cheetah CPUMiner. Okay, so I did. I've got the node up and running. I'm fully synced. Okay, I'll show you how to, where to get the software and everything. And to get it to fully sync, once you click on your software, it takes about 2 days for it to fully sync. Just leave your computer running with the Cheetahcoin QT running, all right, and it'll load up in about 2 days. Now, I also uploaded Cheetah CPUMiner, and I've got that running, and I'll show you a couple tips and tricks on that, on how to get that up and working. So you can mine directly off of the node, or you can mine on the computer, the same computer, all right, onto the node. Okay, and they're saying that using the CPUMiner on the same computer is better, but I never got one single coin out of it so far. Whereas when I was mining directly using the software of the node, I did get some coin. All right. Now I know I'm going to screw this up, guys, but I'm going to try my best. Hung Lu, if you watch his video, well, he's all over the place, doing this and showing you this. He's showing you how he gets it working, but he's not showing you anything. So I was going through and I'm trying to slow it down and everything else, trying to figure it out. But I finally figured it out. Thank you very much, Hung Lu. I did figure out your gibberish. Well, you're not your gibberish, but you were just all over the place. I'm like, whoa, what's this guy doing? And plus, he wasn't using Cheetahcoin. He was using New England coin, which is basically the same thing. All right, but so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up the node. And it's really easy. It's so stupidly easy. All right, and then I'll show you how to mine to the node on the computer. Now, it says you can do it on Android, but for the life of me, you go through the documentation of Cheetahcoin, and if somebody else figures it out, let me know, because I cannot get it to work. I just can't get it to work. It says it's set up for Android, but everything that you look in the documentation, they're talking about, Windows 10 or Mac or anything like that. They're not talking about Android. It's all about CPU mining. All right, so, all right, without further ado, let me get, I know I'm going to screw this up, guys, but at least this will give you a base, a grounding of how to start your journey into mining Cheetahcoin. All right, so let me go on to the desktop. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually show you a fully, this is, where we at, right down here. This is my fully up and running Cheetahcoin wallet, okay? And as you can see, I did some mining. I actually started mining. I'm going to go over here to transactions. One day, it was the 10th, and I hit it one time on the 11th. And that's the last time that I got a coin. I don't know what happened, but I mine all the time. But on the 10th, I just hit it for some reason. Look at it. Look at all of this that I got in. And I started at 04:34 in the morning, and I apparently stopped at 7. I started up again the next day at 8, and I got it one time. But since then, I haven't been able to hit a block for some reason. And yes, you guys are not mining in a pool. You're mining solo off of your node. All right, so you're mining off of your node. So let me, I'm just going to bring this down, and I'm going to come back to the intranet. This is the first thing you need right here. All right, so I'm just going to pause here for a second so you guys can write this down. So it's github.com, Shoreline Crypto, and then it's Cheetahcoin, releases. Actually, I want to back up, guys, because you're not going to land there. You're going to land here. You're going to land here on Cheetahcoin. I apologize. You want to go to github.com, Shoreline Crypto, Cheetahcoin. Once you get here, over here on the right-hand side, you'll see releases. There's 37 releases. So you hit releases. All right. And then I just grabbed the very top one here. I just want to look through and see what the rest of them are. All right. They got Win, Mac, Linux, and Android. See, that's what I don't understand. Maybe you can get a node running on your Android is what they're meaning. You can do it on a Chromebook and Pi. And here are the assets. So if you click here, you know, you can pick out your flavor, but that's not what I use. Right up here, I'm using Windows. All right. So I picked the latest and greatest. All right. And I went right down here and I went to Cheetahcoin Win64 zip and I just clicked on it. And I'll go ahead and just save it. I've already got it, but I want to put you guys right through the paces. All right. So now I'm going to come up here and it's not quite done yet. I'm going to wait. Okay, now it's done. I'm going to click and find out where it went. So it's right here in my downloads, and all you do is right click on it and extract all, and extract all of it right to your downloads. And as you go through, it will coax you into all of the appropriate folders that it wants to get into. Just go ahead and let it. What it's going to do is eventually it's going to go into what they call the app data. If you guys are doing this node, you know already what the app data is. But I'm going to go right here to my operating system. You go to users. You go to you're the user. I'm DIY, so I'll click on DIY. You want to go down here to app data. All right, then you want to go roaming, and here's your Cheetahcoin right here. All right, now I'm going to double click and get into this. I want to point out a folder in here that you guys are going to have to manipulate. Okay, and that is the cheetahcoin.config file right here. All right, you're going to have to let me just open mine up. That tells you your RPC user, your secret name and your secret password, your port, everything is right here. These are the nodes that the Cheetahcoin node will go out on and ask for help and ask for, block information and whatnot so that it can update its entire blockchain. These are the nodes that it goes to. Now these are automatically, they'll give it to you. Give it to you automatically. These are already here. The only thing you have to do for your mining purposes is change your username, okay, RPC user, and your password. Those two you want to change. I can't remember exactly what they come straight out of the box, but you want to change the username and you want to make sure you change the password. All right, and then here and save. Now, what you want to do here, this is the actual node right here. This is how you start the node. It's Cheetahcoin QT execute. Okay, so just keep that one in mind too. You may want to. What you do is you right click, and then you say send to, and send it to a shortcut to your desktop, so that every time that you want to start up your node, it's right there on your desktop. You don't have to go through the whole process like I just showed you. Going PC, then you got to go to the operating system, then you got to go users, then you got to go DIY or whatever your name is, and then you got to go to app data, then you got to go roaming, then you got to go coin data, and then you click on that. So it's a lot easier because this is the only file that you're going to need continuously is this Cheetahcoin QT. All right, so right click, come down here, send, and put it a shortcut on your desktop, and this is what it'll look like. Let me just get this out of here. I can get that out of here right now. There's your Cheetahcoin. All right, and I'm actually running the node down here already. All right, so that is how you get your node going. Again, once you're in your in your folder, I'm just going to go back in there real quick. Let's see, users, DIY, app data, and then go roaming, and then Cheetahcoin. This, once you double click on this, the Cheetahcoin node automatically starts, and it'll start uploading the blockchain. And like I said, just leave your computer running for it. It'll take about 2 days before you can start mining to your Cheetahcoin node. You've got to have a fully synced Cheetahcoin node, or you can't mine to it. All right. So let me get out of here, and I'm going to bring up the Cheetahcoin node. All right. Now, the first way that you can mine with your Cheetahcoin node is you want to go here to help, go debug window, and then you want to go to console. Then what, right down here, you want to say, all right, I'm going to say get mining, all right, get mining info. And then I'm going to hit enter, all right. So right now, the generate means that it's generating new blocks. It's out there, you know, finding blocks and whatnot, is set at false, so it is not mining. And then the generate, this is your what do you call it? Your cores. That's you can have 4 cores on your computer. That's all the more you can have on your computer is 4. So once I start this mining, I can only have 4 cores. Excuse me. Right now we're fully. I'm actually going to show you something. So right now the blocks are 444, 8745. If you go to information, this will tell you that this is what the current block is on Cheetahcoin. That is the uppermost block. That's today at this time on you know, the November 19th, 2025. At this time, I don't know why they split it up like that, but that is your uppermost block. And if I go back to console, it shows me the uppermost block right here. Okay, now, how you start mining. Well, one thing I want to show you guys, all you have to do is down here, type in help, H-E-L-P, enter. This is all the commands that you can give your node to find out all kinds of information. I'm not going to go into any of this, but, you know, I'm not going to get into it. All right. But anyways, what you want to do now is I want to go to, let's go to mining. Is it generate? No, it's mining. No, maybe it's not. I'm looking for set generate. What does that fall under? Here's some sets down here. That could be kind of weird if it's not there, because that's how you start mining. Is you got to hit it. Set generate true. Oh, here it is right here. Set generate. All right, generating means that you're generating blocks. All right, you hit set generate, and then you change it to true, and then you tell it how many blocks the gen proc limit. So you hit set generate true, and then you tell it the gen block. So we're gonna go set generate. Generate. Did I spell that right? And I'm going to say true. And I'm going to be using 4 cores. Enter. All right. So it did come up blue, so it did accept it. It says set generate true. Now let's go to get mining info. All right. Click. So now if you notice, our generate is now true. And our gen proc, whatever the heck that limit is 4. So that's 4 cores. We are mining. And the difficulty right now is because right now that difficulty is 0.002222. That's the lowest it is. So that means right now all of the ASIC miners out there are bunged up. And that means this is the dead time where your miner could possibly mine some coin. All right. If this is ever higher than 0.0, you will never in your life mine a coin. All right. It's got to be 0.0, and you got a chance to mine a coin. Now, how you know if your miner is actually working, you go over here to information, and right over here is debug log file. You hit open. I can't even talk straight, guys. Hit open. Now let's wait, because it's a lot of information when this log file dumps. All right. So if you look right here, it says running Bitcoin miner has one transaction in block. That means that you are now mining. All right. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, because that one might have been me when I was mining before. Because it'll say miner, here it is, Bitcoin mine started. That was you and me. That's when we started the miner. And see that it started 4 cores. So it started that miner 4 times. All right. So here it is. The new block was already created. I really don't know what key pool reserve means. You guys might want to look that up. But here is another created block, running Bitcoin miner, one transition in block. So we are up and running. We are mining. All right. So I'm going to bring this down, and I don't know what else I can show you in here, guys. Let's go to console. Anything in there? Oh, that's where we were. You go to console. That is where you turn your miner on. We turned it on down here with set generate true 4. We got the mining info. Okay. So now we go back up here where we got the mining info before. Remember, it said generate false, and the gen proc limit, whatever, was set at 1, because that's what it. If you were just hit say set generate true without that number 4, that's what it would do. It would just set your miner at 1 core or whatever it is on your PC to mine. It would set it at 1. All right. So we hit set generate. We hit set generate 4 right here, and we got the get mining info, and the generate turned to true, and the generate the proc limit we have is 4, because we set it as 4. So 4 cores or 4 whatever. I'm not really sure what you call them. Is it 4 cores on a computer? Anywho, that is how, the long and short of it, on how you mine directly from your node. That is how you do it. Let me just X over here. I'm going to come back to overview. All right. And of course, this is the standard stuff over here. If you want to receive money into your core, you hit receiving. That's going to give you your receive address. And of course, if you're sending money, you would go over here to sending address, and you would send out to whatever address. All right. So let me just close these two. Transactions. Again, I've got nothing going on here since the 11th. All right. I'm going to go back to overview. And here we are. We're back on the core. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use CPU, Cheetah CPUMiner on your computer. Okay. Now this was a little bit difficult because there was a lot of different things I had to do. So if you cannot mine with your node and also mine with the separate CPU miner. You have to choose one or the other. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to shut off the miner, okay, the internal node miner in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say set generate false. All right. So right now we're at set generate faults. I'm going to say get mining info. Oops. Right here. I'm going to hit enter. And if you notice right there, it says faults. It left the proc limit at 4, but it's no longer generating new blocks. All right. So the miner is now off. So I'm going to X out of here. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to go back out on the intranet. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to get Cheetah CPUMiner. Okay. So I'm just going to pause this here for a second so you guys can look at this. Write that down. All right. Now you got that written down. What you do is you don't bother with any of this. You go over here to releases. And the very first one at the top shows New England coin. You don't want that. You want to go down to Cheetahcoin right here for Cheetahcoin CPU mining only. And that's the CHTA 150. And you go assets. And then, I don't know, you guys might be more familiar with the TAR GZ, but I use the zip. So I clicked on zip. And I just saved it to my download file. See, and you can see, oh, right here. I'm going to go over and see where I got it. Here it is. Okay. Now, again, you right click, you extract all, you extract it all right here. Okay. And then after it extracts, you want to take the open file and move it over here so that, because your downloads are going to disappear in 30 days. When you extract this, it won't ask you where you want to it'll ask you where you want to extract it to, but I don't want all of that crap extracted into another file. So I extract it here first. I take the main file and I brought it over into my documents. All right, and here it is here. Cheetah CPU CHTA 150, just like the 150 here. 150, the CHTA. So let me come back in here, double click. Here's the CHTA, you double click. Now, you guys hang on to yourself here. When you open this up first, you will not see this config file. This Cheetahcoin config file right here. Okay, I'm going to double click and open it. All right. Notice anything similar here? The user and the password. Okay, and all the anodes. Okay, that is the Cheetahcoin configuration file from over on your Cheetahcoin. You know, you had to go to. I'm actually going to go there, guys. You got to go to your C, got to go to your users, you go DIY, you go app data, then you go roaming, then you go Cheetahcoin. What you want to do is you want to right click and copy this. You want to, so that this config file is the same exact config file over here. Where's my documents? Where's my documents? Oh, here it is. You want it to be the same exact config file over here. So you copied it, you go here, you right click and paste it so that it's exactly the same here. Okay? Now, what you can do, there's two ways you can do this. You can double click on the main PY, or you can do the Cheetah BAT. It doesn't matter. I use this one. I just go double click, say it, yeah, just say yes, okay, and you hit run. All right. This Cheetahcoin has started mining. Now, you got to look up here. Cheetah CPUMiner will automatically start mining at the local PC when the ASIC miners get stuck, meaning that the difficulty gets so low that the ASIC miners say, screw it, that's not even worth it, and they move on to something else. All right, the Cheetah CPUMiner will stop mining when the ASIC miners are smoothly running, generating blocks. So that means when the the difficulty rises up to what the ASIC miner wants to mine at, it'll start mining again, and your Cheetah miner will stop mining because it cannot compete with an ASIC miner. Okay? So now, if we just hang on here for, matter of fact, let me show you something. I bet you right now we are not mining, so that means the difficulty is above 0.00. And again, how you find that out is you bring up your core, you go to help, go to debug window, and go to information. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, no you don't. You go to your debug window, you go to console, all right, then you put in get mining info, get mining, okay, auto populates for you. I'm gonna hit enter. Look at that, look at the difficulty. 1739142. Whatever. That is above 0. That is why your miner, where am I? Over here, is not running. Whoops, sorry guys. What's this one? Oh, that's an old one I was running. Let's get rid of that. See right now? The miner is not running. Okay? Now, since we've got a couple of minutes for that difficulty to come down and your miner to start, I'm going to show you a couple things. Right out of the box, it says how many CPU cores to be used for mining. It says default 1. But as you notice, I got a CPU of 4. And the interval is 10. The interval means that it goes out and it checks the network every 10 seconds to see if the ASIC miners have dropped out, and this checks the difficulty, and if the difficulty is below 0.02 whatever blah blah blah, it'll start mining. It'll start mining because it knows that the ASIC miners are gone because they don't want to mine with that low difficulty. That's what the interval 10 is. CPU 4, that straight out of the box is 1. I'm going to show you how to change that. Bring this down. We're going to go into the, I call it Cheetah. We're going to go into the Cheetah, all right? And we're going to go to Cheetah Bat, okay? That is what starts your miner. And what you want to do is you want to right-click and edit. And then say run. This right here, this right out of the box is set at 1. The CPU is 1. Bring that back, bring that up to 4. That's what the word is. Cores. That's how many cores you're running. And this right out of the box would be at 2 minutes. So I brought mine down to 10 seconds. And then my CPU cores is 4. Alright? Then all you have to do is just hit the X and say save. And bing bang boom. Now you're running on 4 cores. So let me come back over. It has not started yet. Alright, so let's go over to the console, and I'm going to say get generate again. Alright, difficulty is still up high. Here we go guys. I'm going to go like this. Bang. And I'm going to bring up this and bang. So now, let's give this a minute. I'm going to let, I really want to bore you guys right now because I want you to see when this miner starts mining. Alright, then we'll quickly go over, we'll check the mining info, and you'll see that the difficulty dropped to 0.09 whatever, meaning that the ASIC miners got stuck on a block. They can't figure it out. So that's when the Cheetah miner scoops down in and starts mining, while the ASIC miners are batting heads with each other. The Cheetah guys come in and start mining, and that's where they make the money, especially if you're solo, you're solo mining. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes, guys. I'm sorry to bore you, but I'm going to let this go. Sit back, have a cigarette. No, don't have a cigarette. Don't do that. Sit back, have a coffee. Right now I'm drinking a Gatorade Zero. and we'll see what happens. Actually, I started mining garlic coin today, and this is my garlic node. How much longer have I got on it? Oh, I got a little while. 55%. It's just another coin I'm playing around with. Garlic. Is it garlic or what do they call that? I'm sure it's garlic. Garlic coin. That's just another coin I'm messing with. Another coin. All right, let's do it. Get mining info real quick and see. Nope, the difficulty is still up there. Let me just get this ready to smack it real quick. Usually takes anywhere to from 5 to 15 minutes for your miner to start mining. It's waiting for those ASIC miners to bog down. And that's when it scoops in and it starts mining. I couldn't find any information on what the lowest difficulty that the miner is looking for. But I've always seen that if this is at least 0, these first set of numbers is 0, it'll mine. And the other thing I noticed too is, and I can't straighten it out yet, is I can't get my CPU clock in line with the miner. It's always saying that I'm trying to cheat because my CPU clock is a couple seconds ahead of the miner. It thinks I'm trying to cheat everybody else because I'm trying to grab that block before anybody else. You guys enjoying this? Are you having fun? I know this is a long one, isn't it? A lot of information here. Let's do it real quick. Nope. Still down. Can we clear this screen? CLEAR. Can we clear it? No, we can't. What this X does. Hey, there we go. That clears the screen. Use the up and down arrows to navigate the history. Control L to clear the screen. Type help for an overview of available commands. So let me get my get mining back there. Get mining info, and I'm going to smash it real quick. Nope, difficulty is still up at 1739142. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to show you guys. Let me go back over to my files. README, the PY. Yeah, there's nothing in the main PY that really... Oh, that is one very important thing, guys. You must have, I mean, absolute must have Python 2.7.18 running on your machine, or this miner will not work. It uses Python. Matter of fact, I can go right up here. I'm going to right click, go edit. I'm going to go run right here. Python 2.7. You got to have it. If you're running 3.13, the most newest and greatest, it will not work. This is based on Python 2.7. So make sure that you're using Python 2.7. I'm actually using 2.7.18, and it works fine. All right, so that's a main caveat for you guys. CPUMiner, this folder here, there's really nothing in here you guys have to pay attention to. The main PY, oops, I started it by accident. Get out of there. I get a right click to open this. The main PY, there's really nothing in there you guys got to change. All right, nothing in there. All right, let's go back. Has not started mining yet. What have I got going on here? Get that out of there. Okay, has not started yet. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad I told you guys. Yeah, 2.7.18. Make sure you get that. Yeah, and see this down here? It says, here comes Cheetah running with New England Coin Mobile Decentralization. But I think that was the first original coin was New England. And then Cheetah broke off of New England and made their own coin. Come on, difficulty. Let me get my mining thing back up here again. Let me just smash it real quick. Nope. Difficulty is still at 1.7. So we're going to wait it out, guys. This will start mining right over here. As soon as that difficulty lowers down. As soon as these ASIC miners get bogged down, the difficulty is going to drop. And that's the whole premise of the Cheetahcoin. I can't remember the exact thing, but they say they have a downtime where they actually kick out all of the ASIC miners and let the small little CPU miners scoop in for a little while, and that's why they drop the difficulty to let all of these small miners get a piece of the pie. But you guys can actually go to Cheetahcoin's documentation. You can read all about it. It's basically that's what it is they want to give everybody a chance to mine the Cheetahcoin. So they have it set up so that it'll boot out all the ASIC miners occasionally. Let me hit it one more time. Bang! Nope. Still at 1739, 142. Difficulty is still too high. I would pause this, guys, but I want to show this as soon as it hits. I want you guys to witness what it looks like. As soon as that algorithm hits, right over here on the left-hand side, this will start mining. Did I say algorithm? No, I was wrong. As soon as that difficulty hits that sweet number, it's going to start mining. I'm going to power up another project that I'm working on here, just to show you guys real quick while we're waiting. Let's see. This here is this is adjustable too, but what it is I've got an ESP32 set up so that with one click I can just click on it. I can see my digibyte balance. And I can also see how 3 other coins that I'm interested in are doing at any given moment without trying to research it and go to CoinGecko and all that stuff. It automatically refreshes, I think, every 60 seconds, and it'll tell me how the coin's doing and so on, so forth, and what have you. Let me just go in there real quick and I'll show you. 192.168.1.19, I believe it is. Enter. Nope, that is not what I was looking for. Huh. That's one of my miners. Maybe it was 32. Was it 32? 32. Oh, I don't want to miss that. Oh, guys, it started mining. Right here. It started mining. Get out of here. I'm gonna get that down there. I'm gonna hit get mining info. Smacker, right there. Difficulty dropped down to 0.002, and the miner is now mining. Oh man, I walked away. I wanted to show you guys another one of my projects, and smacker, it started mining. And see that timestamp, guys? I'm gonna open this way up. It says that I'm trying to scoop down possible miner cheating on timestamp, and I can't get my computer to line up with that, with the node, or wherever that's coming from. You know, it's from one of those. One of the other nodes is saying naughty, naughty, naughty. See, I'm going to show you where all the nodes are. There's a lot of them too. Come in here. You go to your peers. Oh, there's only a couple running right now. One of these guys is saying that my clock is off. 46 milliseconds. Last send, band score. Oh, here it is. Time offset. 0, 0, 0, 0. What was the top one? 1 second off. There's an offset right here. This node is reporting me to the service saying that, hey, this miner is trying to cheat. I wonder if that's what it is. Darn guy. Alright, let's check the mining info again. We're still at 0, guys. And we are mining. Alright. Bring this down. I'm going to bring this down. And I'm going to talk my way out. Alright, guys. I'm glad that you stuck along with me. That is the Cheetahcoin node. I showed you how to get the Cheetahcoin node. I showed you how to, you know, basically get it up and running on your computer. I showed you Cheetah CPUMiner. I showed you how to mine with the node, without, you know, with the miner, so on and so forth. Couple of tips and tricks on how to get it going. Remember, Python 2.7.18. You got to have it, or the CPU miner on your computer will not work. Well, for me, you Mac guys, you Chromebook guys, you Linux guys, you Pi guys, I can't help you. I didn't do any of that, so you can't really, you can't ask me any questions about that, because I won't be able to answer it. Now, if you're a Windows person, PC guy, then yeah, I can answer some questions for you. I'll try to anyways. But all you other guys, I'm sorry, you're out of the loop. I did try putting some of these nodes on like a Pi 3. I tried it on a Pi 4. That command line stuff is really hard when it goes in, when it comes to crypto nodes and trying to manipulate a crypto node using command line only. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, buy me a coffee. This rate's a coffee. Come on, guys. Questions, comments, leave it down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Is anybody interested in that New England coin? I might try that too. But I'm actually working on Garlic coin right now. I tried Raven coin. That's GPU. I want to stay away from GPU. And I do have Digibyte too on here for a node. Anyway, guys, talk to you later.